What makes a Greenwood Corvette? What is it that makes a Corvette be called a Greenwood? Well, it's a Greenwood body package. Let's dig into this. Fellow motorheads, how we doing, ladies and gentlemen? So we're in the office today. We're going to do a video about the Greenwood Corvette. And for you to understand, for people who aren't Corvette lovers, and for the ones who are following the story of Ronny Still's Corvette shop, there's two other videos out there. Actually, there's a lot of videos on my YouTube and TikTok channel. And by the way, we're on YouTube, or we're on Facebook now. You can go to MotorHeadMen.com and see all the links of where we post our content. But today's about the Greenwood Corvette. Now, last year I walked into Mr. Ronny's shop. I have known Ronny for years. I actually worked for him in 76, 75, 76. Worked for him up there at his shop. And Mr. Ronny's been building Corvettes since 1965. And I walked into that shop last year, and he had the motion car there, which I knew nothing about. I had heard about Baldwin Motion, and the car was very unique. But then we walked in the back room, and there sat the Greenwood Corvette. I didn't know anything about Greenwood, so I had to dive down a rabbit hole. Now, Mr. Ronny has, as I said, this is going to be a picture video. I'm going to share a lot of pictures, even some very personal pictures that I don't think anybody's ever seen before. These were pictures in a friend of Ronny's photo album that Ronny allowed me to take a picture of. And this is all pertaining to the information to John and Bert Greenwood. They were brothers on the racing circuit for Corvettes in the 70s. Early 70s. They ran things like 24 hours at Le Mans, 24 hours at Daytona, Riverside, California, Ontario. They were very big names in the Corvette industry, and they were one of the first ones, I believe, that took a Corvette and won some of these races. With their unique flares and unique body equipment they added to the Corvette to make it a better race car. Now, they teamed up with a company called ACI, Auto Custom Industries, in the early 70s, middle 70s. But then it's a speculated rumor that there was a falling out between them because John Greenwood expected something different. So then John Greenwood went on to work with Eckler's in the late 70s. And these kits came available. The Greenwood Corvette Ronny's got is not one of the race cars. It's a 1979 Corvette that Ronny's completely restored. Let's talk about the Corvette that is coming up for sale, the Greenwood car. Ronny got this car, and he had a chance to get, or someone he knew had this flare kit. And Ronny's a Corvette fiberglass expert. I mean, he's been doing this stuff since 1965. He's learned all the tricks of the trade. Ronny had this 1979 Corvette, and he had this availability of this kit. The kit was offered by ACI. It's believed this kit came from ACI before they started working with Eckler's. This particular Corvette, Ronny has nut and bolt restored. The frame has been completely blasted, painted. It's got a Goodwrench dealer motor. Back in the 70s, you could get a replacement motor from Chevrolet called the Goodwrench motor. The transmission's been gone through. The rear's been gone through. I have some pictures of underneath the car. The car has been meticulously restored, and Ronny never got a chance to finish it. Now he's getting it together and getting all the pieces sorted out so this car can be for sale. This is going to be the first car we're going to offer for sale in the next week or two. So this particular car with the Greenwood package is apart, but 99% of the nuts, the bolts, the pieces, the carpet, everything, 90%, 99% of everything is needed. That's hard to find is with that car. There are some parts that are going to need to be bought, but the drivetrain of it is 90% finished. You'll see the pictures under the rear of the car, or under the car. It needs to be finished, but Ronny has kept together everything that goes with this car so it can be completed. So let's talk about the Greenwood package, okay? This package is based off of John and Bert's race car, and there were several packages. This one looks like this one is close to the Grand Am package. There were many packages available for this particular, because when the Greenwood brothers were racing, they made changes to the car to create downforce and to create aerodynamics to make the car faster for the 24-hour races. And let's see here. Again, I am no expert about Corvettes. I would, Ronny's not one to self-promote or be on video. So I've talked to Ronny about it extensively, and I've went on and done my research about it, and you're going to see all these pictures of this research that I've done. The Greenwoods kind of fell out of racing in the middle 80s. The reason these body kits came about, it kind of started with motion. Now, Greenwood had already been an accomplished racer by the early 70s. Winning at some of these tracks at 24 hours at Le Mans with a Corvette, which was something that wasn't heard of back then for a Corvette to do that. But motion performance had got shut down by the EPA, by the government in the early 70s, because his cars were not EPA compliant. Imagine that. And Joel went on from there to, instead of building the high performance cars, he built a more of a custom car offering these kits. And that's where Greenwood got involved, because he had already developed these kits and started working with ACI. If you get on the internet, Facebook has Greenwood pages and groups. There's a lot to read about the Greenwood brothers and the collaboration with ACI and Eckler's, and to make these external kits and build these cars. Greenwood himself had built 8 or 10 cars himself and sold to clients out there. Actually, Greenwood was the original maker of the Greenwood Corvette, or the what was the name of that? Of the station wagon Corvette. He was actually the one who developed the station wagon package, that big rear window area on the Corvette, which was Greenwood's idea of a different style of Corvette. So I don't know exactly why ACI and Greenwood stopped working together. It's rumored, it's speculation and rumored that that Greenwood expected ACI to do more, and ACI couldn't step up and do more. So eventually, John Greenwood moved to Florida and opened his shop in Florida. He originally ran his shop out of Michigan, I believe, and he eventually moved to Florida and teamed up with Eckler's, and these kits were available. Now, this kit came to Ronny. It's not clear whether it was an ACI kit or an Eckler's kit. I believe Ronny said it was an ACI kit, and Ronny decided to take the '79 Corvette he had there and make this kit, or make this car, and it is impeccably done. Okay, impeccably done. The fiberglass work is amazing on the car. The car, they called them, when I started researching these cars, and they called them the Frankensteins. Because what a unique flare kit. I mean, when I first walked around this car in Ronnie's shop, I was like, I've never seen anything like this before. What smooth body lines and aerodynamics they added to these cars to get them built. It was amazing. It was a beautiful car. The car is, like I said, the car is, I'm gonna call it 90% finished. Some are gonna say it's only 70% finished. The car is ready for paint. Okay, all the body work is done. All the body work is completed. The car is ready to be fitted for the like the hood. Have it put together or have it all painted and then finished. So some are going to say it's 55-60% done. That all depends on the builder. The car is like I said, it's a brand new Goodwrench motor. When Ronnie got the car, this motor and trans had been installed, he went through it, made sure everything was right in it. He's put a lot of new pieces in it. He's used all of his original parts and any parts he needed. There's a lot of new parts on the car. Some parts are going to have to be purchased, but this car is coming up for sale, and I'm going to help Mr. Ronnie sell this car on some of the sites online. I'm going to start putting out a lot of information about this car so I can help Ronnie get the most, he can get the most value out of this car, because he's already done a nut and bolt restoration. And I'm going to tell you what, we all know, for most of the men out there who have built cars or been around these cars, this is a very expensive process. Upwards of $70,000, $80,000, $100,000 to get cars like this built. And this car is already built. Yes, it needs paint. He's got the carpet cut out and all the carpet pieces that go into the car. It's going to need, I believe, seat covers. The seat covers weren't bad, but like myself, I'd put new covers on it. It needs some dash pieces, but all the gauges are there. All the nuts and bolts to put the gauges in. A good wiring harness is there. So take a look at all these pictures. I'd love to hear your comments, your feedback. I hope you share it with any other Corvette people out there, because Mr. Ronnie deserves the utmost money he can get for this, because he spent a lot of time in building it. Again, Mr. Ronnie's a 65-year veteran of building Corvettes. He opened his shop in 1965. He's been building them ever since. Ronnie's 88 now, and he's closing his shop. Tomorrow I'm going to put out a video where we walked around his shop and videoed, I'm going to say 70 or 80% of the parts that he has, because he has so many cubby holes and so many parts up there. You know, he was an accomplished drag racer in 1965. He was in a poster rated the third fastest racer in the East Coast, or a certain division. He has race car parts there. He has Corvette parts there. He's got 55 Chevrolet Corvette parts, or 55 Chevrolet car parts there. He has 57 Chevrolet car parts there. He's got some NOS Ford stuff, some NOS Chevrolet stuff, because in the 80s and 90s he fueled his passion to build Corvettes by doing collision repair. So any leftover parts from his collision repair business, he held on to and are there in that warehouse. Lots of engine parts, lots of, you're going to have to watch the video tomorrow. So stay tuned for that video. Please like, subscribe, share, you know the jazz. We're on Facebook. If you want to see our links to TikTok, Facebook, or YouTube, if you can't find us, you can go to MotorHeadMen.com, where we're building a virtual museum of all of my travels through the years and all the stories that I've collected. And there's a lot new stories to come out of museums I've visited. I got to meet Don Garlitz and do a personal video with him. A lot of interesting people through the years that I've had the privilege of meeting and the privilege of working with and the privilege of doing videos with. drag strips, museums, private car shops. I'm tickled to death now to be helping kind of my mentor sell off his shop and close it. He's finally ready to retire. And even though he's ready to retire, he's still up there every day working on cars. So I hope you enjoyed the video about the Greenwood Corvette. From here we're going to show his parts video tomorrow as we get more parts out from his shop for sale. And then we're going to go into the motion Corvette and talk more about motion. Again, I'm no expert. I'm learning this stuff on Corvettes. I'm sure a lot of people are going to have a lot of comments to say, because there's people that have researched Corvettes like I've researched Cudas. So for now, CudaBill out. Thanks for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed the video. We'll be back with more soon.